Hello, welcome to a tutorial on setting up a GOTV on your game server, as well as setting a GOTV Relay Server. This tutorial assumes that you already created your game server. If you followed my previous tutorial on how to make a CSGO server using Steam CMD, you should have the same files and configurations. So if you go to this website, Source TV was used for Counter-Strike Source. For Counter-Strike Global Offensive, it's GOTV. It's the latest version. You have the same concept. So basically, we're going to enable GOTV on the game server. GOTV is part of the game server. You have to enable it. So when people connect to the GOTV, they'll also be connected to your game server, but through port 27020. If you're going to connect to the game server and play on it, you connect to 27015 or whatever port you set for your game server. Now for this part it's showing how the GOTV or Source TV Relay Server works. So it's similar to how it's set up here, but we're going to have a separate server, GOTV server, where spectators can connect, which is also connected to the GOTV on the game server. So they will be watching the match, same as those who directly connect to the game server through this port 27020. The only difference is we have to change the IP address and a port. But you could use the same IP address as the server host, but you have to just change the port. So in this case, we're going to change it to 27021. For this relay server, so that we can connect to it up to this server, and this server is connected to here to go to the GOTV located to the game server. The reason for this is you want to create separate resources, because if you have everyone connect to here on the GOTV located on the game server, it takes up a lot of resources. And this is a way of spreading out the resources from the game server. So you could have multiple relay servers where if you have a bunch of players that want to view the match, they could connect to these servers here, which doesn't take resources from this game server. So first, I'm assuming that you have the game server already created. So I'm just going to show the startup batch is still the same. I didn't change anything. We have our console, game, user icon, game type. It's classic competitive. Take rate, max players, 32, and IP address and port is the same. The client port is different because since we're playing on the same computer and we're trying to connect to a server that is located on the same computer, there's a conflict. The default port for clients is 27005, and the server uses that, so I decided to change the client port of the game server, which allows us, since we're playing on the same computer, to connect to the server that's located on the same computer. So we'll be connected to 27005. Everything else is the same. Make sure you have set Steam account, or else your server will be restricted to LAN only, local area network. It won't be public. Now for the CSGO GOTV server, you have to go through the process of downloading the files. If you just follow the instructions here, Counter-Strike Global Offensive Dedicated Server. It's the same thing as setting up the game server. Just follow these instructions, install Steam CMD, download all the files. And once it's done, you're ready to configure it. So you should have the game server, CSGO number 1, and the GOTV Relay Server. So I'm going to show you the startup. It's similar. Make sure you gotta have set Steam account, the token for both servers. They both have to have a unique token. Commands are all similar. IP address is the same. You could use a different IP address if you have one. The port should be different since the other port is 27015 for the game server. And the client port, I changed the client port since the other game server has 27006 and this is going to be 27007. And I'm going to connect through 27005. This is just to avoid conflict in connection since I'm playing on the same computer which has the game server and the GOTV Relay Server on the same computer. So there's going to be conflict in ports. So this is important that you change the client port for all the servers if you're playing on the same server. But if this server is going to be remotely, you don't have to worry about this part. Everything else is the same. Now we're going to launch both servers, but before that we have to make sure Steam is closed, or else we won't be able to launch the game. So we'll launch the game server first, or start patch file. That's up. I have bots running on my server, so now we'll launch the GOTV Relay Server. Now once both are set up and they're running, we have to run a command to connect the GOTV Relay Server to the game server. So you gotta do TV_relay, IP address, the port, and password if you have a password set up, and the password, the actual password. So this IP address here is the location of your server, and this port 27020 is the GOTV port. You could either use the public IP address or the LAN IP address, local area network address. Make sure the port is the same as the game server where the GOTV is set up. You just press enter. So this server, the Relay GOTV server, should connect to this server. It'll connect as a client, so it's connected to the GOTV setup here. So some commands you could do: TV_status. I'm going to show you the name of the GOTV server, as well as clients here. This is the unnamed client. This is the relay server that's connecting to here. You could also do TV clients. I'll show you it's the relay here. It's connected to here. You could also do it here. It's TV status. There's no one connected on the relay server. TV clients. 0 connected clients. So right now you have the game server with GOTV enabled on the game server, and then you have the Relay GOTV server connected to the game server as a client. Now we're gonna run the game so we can test it out. So once the game launches, we'll connect to the GOTV located on the game server here first. And afterwards we'll connect to the relay server. And you'll see like the differences. They're both the same actually. It's just different IP addresses or ports depending on how you set it up. So as you can see, this is the game server. So I'll connect to the game server first. This is not the GOTV yet. I'm just joining the server. See how it runs. So yeah, this is the game server right now. We have bots playing. If you followed my previous tutorial, you should have bots running. I just made some few changes on how they play. So if you have the TV enabled on here, you can't really go into third person view since GOTV server is enabled. So you can see the options there. You could view it as a spectator. Now I'm gonna disconnect and then we'll connect to the GOTV server. Actually, GOTV on the game server. So to do that, we have to connect to the port of it, 27020, and it has a password. Let's connect IP address, then the port 27020, and your password. So right now we're connected to the game server on the GOTV. So you could look at the other players. There's commands are X to see them X-ray. You could cycle through each player. Clicking the mouse button, left click. You control to look at the maps. T's are yellow. Blue is the CTs. There's graphs here. You press Q. You could also turn on the auto director, so it'll cycle through all the players depending on where's the action.
Bomb has been planted. Terrorists win.
See it cycling through each player. There's a delay on here. If you connect to the GOTV server, you saw me just leave the server. Since GOTV was enabled, it's just showing where I was already located. I was already connected to the server I played, and I disconnected. And then we connect to the GOTV located on the game server, and it's just showing us playing and just leaving right now. So there's a delay, so you can't really ghost players. When you're connected to the GOTVs located on the game server, you can't really do commands. You have to access Archon. It's not gonna work because you have to define the Archon address and location of the game server. So to do that, just type the game server IP address and 2715 for the port, which is where the server is. Press enter and retype the password. Just that Archon. See, it's working. Archon say hey. it's not gonna show up here right now since there's a delay. I don't think it's gonna show because it's exclusive to the players there. But you can do some other commands like the TV message. So you should see it there, hello world. If you have Archon access, you could see TV status, TV requirements. You could also do recording since I'm connected to the GOTVs, which is on the game server. GOTV recording, it only works if you're on this game server. If you're connected to the relay server and you try to run the command, it's going to say it's not active. It only works on here, the game server, where the original GOTV is enabled. So I'm just going to do recording. To record testing 1, 2, 3. So it's running right now, a demo recording. And I'll stop it after like a few minutes. So right now we have the director on, auto director. It's just cycling through all the players wherever there's action or something about to happen. So it's switching from the CTV. So I'm just gonna wait one more round before I stop the recording, so we have something to look at when we look through the demo. So if you want to exit out of auto directory, just have to click. You could also change the colors here. Just Z and X. Could even draw. Then you click spacebar. So if you're doing like a show, you can just talk about where the players are going. Then right click to do the orange color here. Left click to do the blue, and you can just change it by pressing Z and X. So you could change the colors. Then you just click spacebar to clear it. So if you're like having some kind of like talk show, just talking to someone, like CT's going here, CT's are going here, there's gonna be a conflict there. You're planting the bomb here, and you just erase. I'm just gonna stop the demo now. Archon TV stop record. Make sure you do stop record and not TV_stop, or else it'll stop the server. So it kind of lagged there a little, but it shouldn't. Depending on how you set up this, there's a delay. So we're just gonna disconnect. So now we're going to connect to the relay server, GOTV server here. So the only difference is the port. So in this case it's 27021. This is the port of the relay GOTV server we set up, and then password. I have the same password set up as that, but you can change it to your own or do different types of passwords. Then see, we're connecting to the Relay GOTV server right now. View. So if you press G, you could turn this off. You could turn off the display of weapons if you're like making a recording or yourself. You should have the same function as the GOTV located on the game server. You can draw, change colors. Clear with space. And you could enable director. Relay server that actually shows the chart, the graphs. I don't know why, for some reason, when you're on the GOTV located on the game server, it doesn't show like this. It just shows this, the map. But on the Relay server, it shows the graphs. I don't know if it's a glitch or some issue. So if you try to do like Archon access, it's not gonna work. So it's unable. You set up the address. For some reason, it may or may not. It's I don't know, for some reason when I did my testing it didn't work. So if you're connected to either the GOTV located on the game server here or the GOTV Relay Server and you're trying to access Archon, you just have to make sure you set up the address and then type the password, type Archon, and you should be able to execute, TV commands or any other command. So I'll test out Archon TV message. So for some reason it doesn't show. It'll show, I guess, on the game server where the GOTV is. It doesn't seem to show here. Doesn't look like it's working. Doesn't show. Let me see if recording works. It'll just give me an error. So it looks like it's working. You could record. If you're connected to the Relay server, you could execute a recording if you have access to Archon. So I'm just gonna let it run. So if you're wondering where all the demos are saved, it's located on the server. So if you go to your CSGO #1 server, CSGO, it should be located in this directory. So you have testing 1, 2, 3. This is the one I executed when I was connected to the GOTV server. Or actually, on the game server here, GOTV. So this is the recording. For the recording I'm executing right now, it's possible it could be located here, since I didn't see it in the game server. It should be located on the Relay server. That's config. Doesn't seem to be here. Let me check back. There it is. It's located so it should save in where the game server is. Whether if you execute the command connected to the relay server, or execute here when you're connected to the GOTV located on the game server. So this is the other demo. It's still running. And this is the previous demo. So I'm just gonna stop the recording. Stop recording. Make sure it's stopped recording. There might be lag. In this case, there isn't. So if you go back to the folder, you should have both demos here. Testing 1, 2, 3 is the first one. New testing 1, 2, 3 is there. The command that worked so far is just the recording. For some reason the message didn't work. TV message. It's not showing. Doesn't seem to work. But the recording works. So now we'll disconnect and we'll play the demos. So before that, we play the demo, we have to transfer the files. So wherever your server is located, your game server, you could just ask the administrator or someone who has access to the server for the files, and you have to move them to your game directory. So we'll move both. So if you open up wherever your CSGO game directory is, so I'm here, Counter-Strike Global Offensive, go to CSGO, and then just move the files here in this directory. I already had one called 123, so I'll just replace it. So it should be here in your directory. All you have to do is play demo. And you have your file names. Just click on it and type it out. So we'll play the first one. So the first recording was when we were connected to the GOTV located on the game server. The second recording is when we were connected to the Relay GOTV server. So we'll play that first.
Bomb has been planted.
So this is the recording. So it has similar commands. You could do enable X-ray, so you can see through the map. You could go free mode, first person or third person. Should see where we're pointing at. The overview. So all the drawing should be enabled still. If your drawing doesn't work, you have to enable it to console. So the command is map overview _ allow client draw. So you open up console, type this command. It should be defaulted on 0, but you have to set it to 1, which allows drawing if it doesn't work for you. So spacebar to clear all the drawings, then you could change the color to Z or X. Spacebar, graph. Then you could turn on the auto directory of the cycling players. You could disable that, and then if you want to open up the demo player, you could either type demo UI, which will open this demo playback, so you could pause it, stop. There's a whole bunch of commands here. You could either bind it. I bind it to F10, but there's another way. You could just do Shift F2. Shift F2, that's easier instead of binding it. So I'm just going to unbind it. So you do Shift F2, open it, you can play it, go back. Should be able to scroll all the way through. Start from the beginning. There's some shortcuts. So if you go back to some demo recording, this link here, show you like commands, Shift F2 to access this. And there's like a demo editor. These are just examples of how to configure it and have a smoother demo. Some other console commands. You could also look here, the Counter-Strike Global Offensive command list. You get a search for different commands. If you go back, speed it up here. 4 times. Fast. F2. Turn on C. Second, zero. Hackers. Shift F2 to stop it. I guess in free mode you can't really move that much. You pause it. So we'll disconnect and play the other demo. Play demo. So this is the recording when we're connected to the Relay GOTV server. So you can see where everyone's looking at. Free mode. And you do Shift F2. Speed up the process. Shift F2 to close it. Some other commands here you could do is DL spec, Mr. Show, bindings, 0. So that basically just removes the the bindings on the bottom here under bot low. So if you go back and enable it, it should show up. So there's like other commands you could do. to remove, like the radar, the money, the HUD. If you want to do like pure, just the weapon and stuff. You could also customize, the names on top. It says Counter-Strike Terrorist or Terrorist. You could customize it, change the names. There's a bunch of commands for that. So, if you go here, you can just look through here. Demo recording. As well as search, the command list here. To how to remove those, HUDs. There's also a tutorial. This tutorial, see, advanced scoreboard, how to create professional looking GOTV streams. So this is a tutorial. You could, customize the names, the flags, the logos. Like say you want to change some of the logos here, like add a logo, change these names here. And these are just other resources. I looked at this tutorial, when I first trying to figure out how to do GOTV Relay. This Reddit post. Here's this another website I looked through, like example settings, explanation, the description of each setting. Here's another one I looked at too when I was trying to figure out how to configure it. Here's another one. Oh, this is some gamers hosting website. I just looked through, like the example configurations. And then there's this tutorial I looked at how to set up a GOTV. This is different, but I just look at the settings, what they put. This doesn't use, Steam CMD if you create your own separate server. And I just look through here, people who have issues. Look at example, configurations. And this is just, the Steam game server account management. You gotta have it for both servers or else they'll be limited to LAN. And you just have the, the Counter-Strike Global Offensive dedicated server tutorial here. So if you go back, see, and you don't have the menu up, you should be able to go to free mode. Right now we have it in like slow motion, so if you do Shift F2, you're doing like 1/4 the speed. Should be faster. I'll slow it down. 25%. See, when the game's going half speed, you also go same speed as them. Get that jump. So you could like create, your own videos. You want to make it go fast or slow. Press G to turn off the display of weapons. Both works, both the GOTV on the game server and the Relay GOTV server. And you just have to, move the demo files here if you want to view it. So I'll show you, like commands, console commands here that I mentioned. There's a list. So we'll just go over, review how you set up. So all you have to do is create your game server, and then create a separate server for the Relay server. And then first start up your game server, and then use this command, TV relay, an IP address. It could either be your your public IP or local area IP, wherever the server is located, and 27020, and the password, whatever you define. You gotta run this command on the relay server. In this case on here, you have to paste it here. This basically tells this relay to connect to here, to the game server. And this is where you connect to the GOTV and the game server. This is not the GOTV Relay Server, but we're connecting to here. It's 27020. Then to connect to the relay server, you gotta connect to this port 27021, which we define as a TV port. If you try to connect to here using 27016, since we set it up, you may not be able to connect. I could test it out and see if it works. So it's not working. It says retrying. Since this IP address is the IP address of the relay server, but we have it connected to the game server here. Its real IP address is this one here with the 27021. It keeps on retrying, so we'll just disconnect. So I'll just go over the server config. So on the relay server, I created a server config. It's just generic, same thing, host name. This doesn't really change it that much. And the only difference is I added these commands. It's the same commands located in the game server config. So these are the commands. You don't have to add these. These are the console commands and outdated stuff. It's the same thing as here I put it in the server config. Everything else is the same. If you followed my previous tutorial, the only difference is we just added here the commands or GOTV settings in the server config. I just changed some settings above here, like I removed the warm-up time. That's about it. The server works. You have your game server here, GOTV enabled, your relay server, which is connected to your game server. And then if you want people to connect, you just have to give out the IP address with the port. So in this case, this would be 27021, and then you give out the password, whatever you define in your server config. If you want to connect to the relay GOTV server, if you want to connect to the GOTV located on the game server, you would give out the IP address, and then the port would be 27020, and then the password, whatever you define. You could change it for the password for each one. Let's locate it here. This is for the game server. You could change this. So if people wanted to connect, they would use this password. For this relay password is if you're trying to connect the relay server to this server, the game server. This would be the password. You don't necessarily have to use the same password. You could just do different ones, whatever you configure. Then these settings, you could find them in the Counter-Strike Global Offensive here through here. You search up TV. So yeah, there's some commands and settings. Or you could just go through the tutorials, the links they show you. You could look through what they put for each one here. That's about it. So this is what you're basically doing here. You got your game server, GOTV, give out your IP address with this port to connect here. You could view the match. You have other people connect, and do like a broadcast. If your server is laggy, you have too many clients connected, you just create a proxy server or relay server. So you could just give out the IP address, and then the port would be 27.0.21.22. You shouldn't use this port. This port is for this GoTV on the game server, so you would just give a different port, and then you could have a bunch of spectators connect here, and then it'll, you won't take up resources here since it's a separate server. So if you have issues, like with memory and it's lagging because you have so many people connected and also watching, so you could just make a separate server. Then you could have your broadcast. You could do this for other source games. It would be called Source TV, whatever it's for Counter-Strike Source or Team Fortress 2 or any other Steam game, source game. That's about it. So thank you for watching, and hopefully this tutorial helped you out how to set up the GoTV on your game server and then set up a GoTV Relay Server. I'll see you in the next video.